We ain't even gonna get into no details of what he was doing. We know what he was doing. Hey you guys, if you do not know who I am, this is Tina, Chanel, and Robin. And before I get into anything, you already know what I want to do. Like, share, subscribe. You're part of the gang. That is good. Hey. Okay, you guys. So let's just get into this story time because, yeah. So as you guys see by the title, yes, I got off birth control again. Okay, yes I did. So to just let you guys know what kind of birth control I was on this time, I went for another IUD, and it was the copper IUD. I can't remember what it's called. A Paragard. I had a Paragard IUD, right? So I was on the Paragard for 3 months. And I decided to come off of the Paragard. Why, you might ask? Because this is some things they already let me know prior to getting on the Paragard. One, you're going to have heavier menstrual cycles. It's going to be a lot of cramping during your menstrual cycles, as well as I said heavier, I think. Heavier, longer, all those things, right? However, it's supposed to be non-hormonal. Okay, keep that in mind. So, despite my menstrual being longer and more painful and all that stuff, I started to regain the weight. Okay? So when I was on the other birth control that I used to be on, remember that video when I literally said I had to beg my gynecologist to get off of the birth control because they were encouraging me to stay on the birth control, and that was the IUD. It was a Mirena that has hormones in it. Goodie. When I say that when I was on that birth control, my body was like, the weight was like stuck to me, like it would not get off, and I was dieting, I was exercising, I was in the gym faithfully, I was strict to my diet, and for whatever reason I was still, and I will say I was still 200 pounds, but I'm gonna insert some photos because like I model, right? However, for whatever reason, I guess, okay, so this is the thing that people have to understand as far as like with weight goes. When I was that weight, I was damn near 200 pounds, and nobody thought I was 200 pounds because of how I carried the weight. I am more of a, might I add, I'm thicker, like I'm more bottom heavy, so it wasn't like, I had a little belly, but it was more like all the weight was just in my thighs, you know, in my booty, whatever. Places where, you know, what the niggas like, but I personally don't like that because it's like my weight fluctuates. And for me, a girl, okay, for a woman that is more, I was never ever a slim girl. Like I always was more on, they say, the slim thick kind of side. That's always been the body type that I've had, and I've had it damn since I could remember. Like I don't remember, like when I was in high school, like my senior year of high school, I was the thickest girl on the team. Like I was already, like I didn't have no boobs, like I was never like a busty girl. I always had big, I hate saying this, like I always had a fat ass, okay? But that's just my body, and like I never ever was a skinny girl. So now, like as an adult, when I'm approaching my 30s, it's like I feel like the weight just was sticking to me, and that's the wildest thing because even though I was almost like 200 pounds, I still wasn't even like in the plus size area. I don't even know. Like I basically went from like wearing a medium to a large. Like I don't know how to really explain it. I just have to insert some pictures of how I looked when I was like almost like 200 pounds. I was like from like when I literally went to the doctor and took out the Mirena IUD, I was 200 pounds. And I'm going to show you guys photos of how I looked when I was 200 pounds, right? So now when I'm off the Mirena IUD, I'm going to, I don't want to just keep jumping around. I'm just keep staying on track. When I got off the Mirena IUD, I was off of it. I believe that was sometime in September. Like ending of August, maybe like September. I'm off the Mirena IUD. I am still dieting, exercising, everything. The wildest thing is that weight was coming off of me so rapid. Like it was melting away. Like I was noticing it in my face. I'm gonna insert some pictures when I started to drop that weight. And when I say I was dropping the weight like that, it was falling off me like crazy. Like I literally lost like 15 pounds when I got off the Mirena IUD, right? So now me being so freaking paranoid, because it's like, you know, I keep saying I'm not ready to have a baby, and like I do have like this fear of not being an unprepared mom. Like that's like a biggest fear for me. I don't want to be an unprepared mom. Like I always say like I want to be ready for my child. I want to have things set up a certain way for my baby, so I don't want to be like an unprepared mom. So I felt, you know what, maybe I should get on a different kind of birth control, something that's non-hormonal. I went to my gynecologist and I asked for something that's non-hormonal, and then they, you know, told me about the Paragard. Okay, I said fine. So I put in to get the Paragard. I got my Paragard put in, my Paragard placement, I think around like February or March, right? February and March, I'm thinking I'm good. You know, it was a month. You know, my period came twice in that 1 month. And then like I was feeling okay. Like I went on my regular checkup to check on it. I felt okay. So now we are here today, and I'm saying I don't think I should be on this anymore because Goodie Goodie, all that hard work of me losing the weight. This is me being so transparent with you guys. I was at like 182 when I went back to the gynecologist. So I was like 182, and okay, 182. I gained 10 pounds in 3 months of being back on birth control. Goodie, when I say I don't think I should be on birth control anymore, I am so adamant. I don't ever want to get back on birth control. I'm approaching 30. I do not want to be on birth control anymore. I think that me being on birth control for as long as I've been on birth control has completely like played with my body. And this is me being super emotional, right? Like whatever. I've spent majority of my 20s on birth control. So I got a Mirena IUD, my first ever placement. I believe I was like 22 or something like that, maybe 21 or whatever. I got my first Mirena placement, right? Why? I want to get pregnant. I want to get pregnant by this nigga that I was with. I was with a dude. I didn't want to be pregnant. I knew in my mind, in my whole heart, that this was not the man I wanted to be with forever. And the best thing I could ever do is I'm going to protect myself, because I know that he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he doesn't give a about what he's doing. He does not care. Me being young and dumb, still allowing him to do what he was doing. We ain't gonna get into what he was doing. I think I know exactly what the nigga was doing, but we ain't even gonna get into no details of what he was doing. We know what he was doing. And to my knowledge of me being so protective of myself, I said, you know what? Since he's doing what he's doing very recklessly, and wondering why you not pregnant yet, I was on birth control. Okay? Before I was on the Mirena IUD, I used to take like the pills, which was horrible because like I gained so much weight, and then being off the pills, I dropped the weight. Like, then when I was on that Mirena IUD, which my first placement lasts 5 years, okay? So I'm on the Mirena IUD, my weight was basically like, I stayed within that 160 range. Like, I was like 160, right? Which at this, I'm 5'3". The doctor says that I'm supposed to be around, like, since I'm 5'3", I should weigh at least 150. But for whatever reason, like, I have never weighed 150. And the last time I weighed 150, I think I was like in high school. Yeah, for real. Like, I think I was like in high school when I last weighed 150. Like, and then like in my adult years, it was always like 160, 165. Like, that's like where I pretty much stayed, right? So now I'm at that size. I get on my I'm on that, you know, for the time that I'm on it, for that I completed the full 5 years of my first IUD placement, and then now I'm in a relationship now, like a very committed, healthy relationship, and I feel like, you know what, I ain't ready for no baby with this man, even though I think he'll make a great dad or whatever. However, we ain't talking about no kids right now. We're not talking about kids. We are just enjoying each other, and I think we should just keep it that way. So I was thinking, you know what, my Mirena IUD is up. The years are up for me to be getting a new one. What I discovered is being a Mirena IUD, you can be up on the Mirena IUD for 5 to 8 years before you get a new placement. So I believe the one that I was on was not the 5 to 8 years. It was just the 5-year one. So what happened was I called my gynecologist, ordered another one, like, listen, let's get this going. Go to the gynecologist, let them take it out, which hurt, by the way. I'm just gonna put that out there. This is a conversation for all the young ladies. If you guys are thinking about being on birth control, or whatever, I don't know, like, just, I don't even know, like, that pause was really, I was thinking about it, like, being on birth control and, I don't know, Planned Parenthood, basically. So I was on that birth control for the 5 years. I completed it, and then I went on the second one for 3 years because my body started to change. Like, let's just be honest, like, as we're getting older, all of us, I'm not even just talking about like women, but men, all of us, we're all gonna get older. Our bodies are gonna change. However, I'm talking to the ladies right now, so we here, right? I was on that birth control. This was, I think, during the pandemic. It's been 3 years since the pandemic. Yes, it is. We are in 2023 right now. It's been 3 years, right? So during the pandemic is when I actually got that IUD placed. I feel like something switched within my body, and ever since then, my weight been very, like, it's just been fluctuating. Like, I don't know. Ever since the pandemic, for whatever reason, it has been extremely hard for me to keep the weight off. Only way I was able to keep the weight off at a healthy, like, state was when I was off birth control. When I got off the birth control for, okay, so September, I was off birth control for 7 months, right? When I was off the birth control for 7 months, I lost so much weight. Like, the weight was literally like flushing away from me. And then when I'm on birth control, I realize my weight starts to stay stagnant. I'm starting to discover with myself, maybe it's the age that's coming, that I should not be on birth control anymore, because I realize, like, maybe, I know they say that it's copper, it doesn't have hormones, but I don't know, because I know for a fact, like, you know, as far as research purposes goes, that they say that birth control is not good for us, like us. It's not good for us. So I've been on it for such a long time. Even though I spoke to my gynecologist, and then she's told me, you know, like, it's gonna work itself out of you. The hormones are gonna work itself out of your body. What I started to realize is, I don't think the hormones from my first IUD, like the Mirena, when I took it out after the 3 years, when I took it out, I don't think the hormones was fully out. And then, like, I placed in another IUD, even though they said it only takes a month for it to work out of your system. That's what the gynecologist says. But I've also heard that it takes at least a year to 2 years to fully work itself out of your system. So please, somebody get in the comments and tell me, like, what is the real tea? Like, how long does it take for it to get fully out of your system? I mean, at this point in my life, it really doesn't matter, because I don't plan to get on birth control again. When I say I don't plan to get on birth control again, I do not plan to get on birth control again. I can't do it no more, y'all. Like, I feel like I literally had like I was crying in the gynecologist after everything was done. Like, after they took it out, it didn't hurt as much this time when they took it out, because I was only on the Paragard for 3 months. So it didn't, like, I feel like it kind of settled in my body, but it didn't settle too bad, because it hurt. Don't get me wrong, it hurt, but did it hurt as much as the when they took out the Mirena? No, that was a different kind of pain. But this, it hurt, but it didn't hurt that bad. However, I started crying because I'm thinking, like, you know, this conversation keeps coming up all the time, this baby talk, right? I keep having this baby talk. I have it with my mom, I have it with my aunt, I have it with, like, so many people, and for whatever reason I have it with y'all. Like, it's just like, I feel like, I keep saying, I feel like, why people can't just leave my womb alone? Like, why do people cannot just leave my womb alone? Like, even though to my little cousin, she's like, oh, I think you'll be a great mom. Thank you very much, but that doesn't mean I'm ready to do that. I feel like I'm still not there yet. Like, I don't know what it's gonna take for me to be there, but I just have to be honest. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not there yet, and I feel like people need to just, like, back off. Like, stop, please. It's not even, oh, if you got a good man, yeah, I have a good man, but that don't mean we ready to have no baby. Let's, like, it's just like, okay, we haven't walked down the aisle yet. Could we, like, you know, get that out the way before people start screaming out baby, 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 baby? Like, I don't know. It's just like, why is that? Like, why we keep having the conversation of kids, but we ain't having the conversation like marriage or any other things before that? It's like, damn, like, y'all want the baby carriage without the rest? Like, I'm not really with that. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. However, this ain't even about that. This is about being on birth control and why I don't want to do it no more. And I feel like I said, my hormones, my oh god, like, my weight fluctuating a lot. Like, I know a lot of women, like, being on birth control, they get, like, their hormones is all, like, out of whack, whatever. And I literally was saying this to my gynecologist. She's not my normal gynecologist. She was a different gynecologist I have seen before. However, she was saying, like, what was the issue? And I told her that the last birth control that I was on, the Mirena, I feel like my body wasn't taking it well. Like my first initial placement, my body wasn't taking it well, but I didn't do anything about it. I literally stayed with it for 3 years. And I don't know why. I feel like, no, let me make this clear. I feel like I do know why. The pandemic was going on. We wasn't going nowhere. It was very hard for me to make a doctor's appointment. Yeah, I remember a lot of it. Like, I would call my gynecologist, I would call my doctor. It would be a lot just to get into the doctor. It was a lot going on around the pandemic time. Then when the world started reopening, I felt like, you know, I didn't really understand what was going on. I felt like, you know, maybe I could just lose the weight naturally. Eating, you know, eating right, dieting, all that stuff still wasn't working. It took a year for me to understand, like, this shit is just not working. I'm dieting, I'm exercising, it's not working. And it's been a whole entire year. I literally would say this all the time. Like, I took a year off of modeling just for the fact that me losing the weight the way I normally lose the weight was not working. So I'm doing this. I'm not, you know, making that other income. So I'm going to work, stressing out. That's one thing. Like, every time I get super stressed, I gain weight. Like, sometimes I'm not even eating. I'm just gaining the weight. I don't even know. But then it's like, maybe I would eat, like, overindulge, like eat something that I shouldn't have, or whatever the case may be. And that's another way of how I'm gaining weight, right? So now I'm just like realizing things around me is falling apart. I'm not modeling no more. My YouTube's falling apart. All the time I'm getting stressed out. Everything around me starts falling apart. Now I'm trying to get my life together. Now I'm getting my life together. I'm realizing I'm still not losing the weight. And the thing is, it's not like, oh my God, I gotta lose weight because I'm model and everything has to do with how you look. No. I'm overweight for my height. I'm a short girl. I don't even need to be that big. And the wildest part about it is the way that I carry the weight. No one could tell, like, oh my God, like, you're almost 200 pounds. I am. It's about your body and how you carry weight. Because the craziest thing is, like, I have a stomach, but it's not like I don't know how to describe it. I'm just gonna insert some photos for y'all to see. Like, I am that weight. I am like around 190, 200. Like, it's very like in those areas. 200. One day I'm like, 1 week I'm like 200. Then I'm skating between like that 195, 194, 196. That's how it's going. For a whole year, I've experienced that. Then, like, now that I'm like at 196, 197 and all that stuff, I have a stomach, but because everything on the bottom is big, it's like, oh, okay, you want to do a video, you want to do a music video, you want to do this, you want to do that. And it's like, you know what, because, like, you know, I still want to, you know, expand my platform, I'm going to do it. Now that I'm like I get off of the birth control, my weight is like literally going away. And I start to realize, you know, maybe it was the hormones why I was not able to lose the weight. Because at the end of the day, my doctor kept telling me I need to lose the weight because of, you know, the height. I'm a short girl. You're you know, this is not healthy for you, even though I'm healthy. You see what I mean? Like, it just didn't make no sense. Like, when you take your vitals, all my vitals are good. All the tests are good. Everything is good. But I can't lose the weight. And I'm supposed to be healthy. Like, and the thing is, everything is normal. Like, normal. Like, it's not like I'm out of breath or any of those things. Very, very normal. But then I'm going to the doctor and then they're telling me, you gotta lose the weight. You gotta lose the weight because I gained so much weight so drastic. Also, the pandemic happened. A lot of us gained weight very drastically, right? So now I'm realizing it's the weight is not getting off my body. So now I get off the birth control. I'm off the birth control and then now I'm losing the weight so quickly. Now I'm thinking I'm sick. Whole time it's the hormones and I'm not knowing that. But I feel like, you know, maybe it took me this point in my life to just be like, you know what? Be done with it. Why y'all always interrupting me? Be done with it. You know, like I said, I'm approaching my 30s. You don't need that anymore. You don't. And what if a day comes and I do want children? I don't want it to be hard for me to, you know, have a baby or anything like that, because I've been on birth control for all these years. I don't know when my mind will change, but I just want to make healthier decisions for myself. And I feel like being off of the birth control is much better, you know, get my hormones balanced. I realized, like, you know, I'm on a copper IUD. I'm breaking out. Like right now, my skin is pretty clear because I usually break out on like the right side of my face for whatever reason. But I'm breaking out. I'm like, it's just like, sometimes it's just all too much. And I just realized, you know what? I feel like I just need to give myself a break. I need to, you know, hone in on some natural holistic things and just really get centered and let you guys know that, like, you know, show you guys like my new health journey and what I be doing, because I really want to share this with you guys. Like, I bought some products, you know, so I got me some nice little products. I done some research, and now I'm trying to see like what works and what don't work for my body. And like, we're gonna do this together, okay? And I'm just gonna let you guys know how everything goes. I've heard some negative things, but I've heard some good things. I've seen some positive things as well. So because this is a new journey for me, and you know, I just want you guys to be a part of it. So comment below and tell me what you think.